MTV's latest documentary series, I Used to Be Fat, follows people fighting to free themselves from the devastating physical and emotional effects of obesity. So for 18-year-old Marcy Lavigne, cruel teasing forced her into a lonely life of homeschooling where she finally hit rock bottom at 250 pounds. Take a look.
The one thing I really don't like about myself is my stomach, and it's the ugliest part of me. I hate it so much, and it's so ugly. It's such a big, massive thing that's on my body. It's not normal. I want to be skinny and healthy and not feel like I have to eat every 5 minutes just to feel like I'm somebody. I want to change so bad because I know that it would help me. It would change my whole life.
But Marcy took control of her destiny and she ended up losing a staggering 90 pounds in 90 days. Would you please welcome Marcy Lavigne?
I watched you on that with this monster trainer,
Yes.
and you sobbing and look at you. Congratulations.
You look
That's
absolutely
terrific.
gorgeous.
What do you weigh now?
155.
155. Congratulations. We have to say, this gorgeous, stunning woman next to you is your mother, Sandy.
Thank you.
And next to you is your trainer, Justin Bradshaw.
The monster.
Yeah, the monster trainer. So before we get into that, so when you were younger, you were being bullied by the kids at school.
Yes, ma'am.
So at 16, you decided that you wanted to be homeschooled because it was so. In sixth grade, you were going to be homeschooled because it got so bad.
Yes.
But when you were homeschooled, you gained even more weight.
Sure.
When you were being homeschooled. Do you think if you just went ahead and stayed in school, it would have, you wouldn't have got as big or even bigger?
I mean, it really comes down to, I think if I would have stayed in school, all the pressures, I would have just gained weight as well. Probably not as much, just because I had so much free time when I was homeschooled, but I definitely would have been happy.
So it still would have been, you still would have gained weight.
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, we're going when we saw this, a lot of times you would say you wanted to eat, and your mom, Sandy, you would take her to these fast food restaurants.
Yes, I did.
I mean, when you saw that she was getting bigger, or did it occur to you to say, no, I'm going to put a stop to
You ain't the same. You didn't gain all that weight, but you're an enabler.
But I didn't, I am an enabler. There's no doubt about that. But
3 times a day you took your daughter to fast food restaurants.
I did. She would not eat anything I prepared. I mean, nothing. So I wanted to give her food, but
Did you try to, instead of fast food, did you try to do other things? Like, we're going to do salads.
Absolutely.
And nothing.
But later on you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to get to, you're not really the monster, but you were the salvation. First of all, 90 pounds in 90 days, a pound a day. You had her doing the most extensive, painful exercises. Is that safe, 90 pounds in 90 days?
All of the kids on the show were monitored by doctors, and I'd also consulted with a nutritionist prior to working out with Marcy, and so I think it is. She was in an extreme situation. She weighed 250 pounds, severely overweight, was going to face tons of health problems later in life if it wasn't fixed now. And so,
But you starved. I ached for you.
I know.
But if somebody else wanted to do this and doesn't have you and doesn't have the doctors, do they have to go through that kind of, look at her, that kind of extreme? I mean, what do you do?
no, you just need to get off the couch, get in the gym, and get on a healthy living diet, if you want to call it.
It doesn't have to be that much.
No, not at all. Spend an hour a day in the gym, eat healthy, live a healthy lifestyle.
So when you say an hour a day, what did you do?
We worked out a lot more than that. We worked out 4 to 8 hours a day. Every single
8
day.
hours a day?
Yes.
You worked out?
Yes.
So when he was working you out like this, what were you going through?
You can see through the crying that I was in immense, stress. It was...
She wasn't used to working out at all. She never worked out in her entire life. Her whole life was a bad habit. And so when I came along, we changed all of that. And so it was hard for her to adjust, as it would have been for anyone. So I'm sure that most people that went through that process would have shed some tears.
But also you learned to cook. Now here's your mother saying you wouldn't eat anything, and yet the next scene, there you are, not the next scene, took some time. You're cooking spinach, you're enjoying all kinds of different things. What happened in your head?
It was just one of those things where it finally clicked. And I realized that by cooking, I'm eating healthier. I know what I'm putting in front of me. Not processed foods, not anything like that. So it was time for a change, and I decided to buck it up and start cooking.
Are you back in school?
I start college very soon.
You're starting college.
Yes.
So it's no longer going to be homeschooling. You're going to live. And what do you like now? What's your regime like?
I mean, she's never home.
I'm never home.
You know they got
Always out.
they have that thing in college.
But now you're dating.
Oh, yes.
But this is in college. Is it called the freshman 10 or the freshman 15? The freshman 15 that you date. Does that scare you a little bit?
No, that's not even a problem for me at all.
She'll be attending my boot camp as many times a week as possible, so that doesn't happen.
So Sandy, if you see Marcy at all gaining any weight, are you going to do things differently?
It's
Do you
totally different now. I would definitely say something, or I'd call Justin. Actually, I would call Justin.
And tell me how you did this, because this is the reason why I don't go on cruises, because it's unlimited food. Yes. You guys just got back from a cruise. Yes. How did you do it? How did you handle yourself?
Well, first of all, I took my food with me, the food that I eat, which is like a Lunar protein bar. The cookie dough ones are my favorite.
You took one protein bar?
No. I took boxes of protein bars. Yes. And I just...
Sure, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's like a meal replacement.
Right. And compared to me having all the access to all the food, pizza, pasta, I do that. So
How hard is that?
Seeing everyone else eating and I can't have it?
A little pizza, a little pasta.
I mean, sure, it's tempting, yes, but I know what it did to me. So I never want to go back there. It's like not even an issue.
Okay, so you said in your mind, you were thinking back to what you felt like before.
Yes.
And that's the imagery you have?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to take you on a cruise with me, girl. I'll want that.
She knows what will happen if she comes back. It wasn't good.
I will never go back, and I want to continue to lose weight, so.
And she doesn't eat fast food anymore.
No?
She doesn't
How
like
much
it.
more do you want to lose?
Honestly, probably another 25 pounds.
Okay.
Can she do that?
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right.
5'5".
Marcy, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story. We want to thank Marcy, Sandy, and Justin. I Used to Be Fat airs Wednesday nights on MTV. When we come back, the priest whose forbidden love affair made headlines is telling you why it brought him